Good morning everyone. I am Cristeline Arbizo from the Group 3. And today I will be discussing the lesson 3, which is all about the genetically modified organisms or the GMO, science, health, and politics. So let's go first for the introduction. So, in 2001, Rosalie Elasus, a former overseas Filipino worker in Singapore turned farmer, attended the Integrated Peace Management Farmers Field School and was introduced to baked corn, a genetically modified corn that is resistant to the destructive Asian corn borer. So, genetic engineering has been which the human society since selective breeding was introduced to humankind and when animals were domesticated. Yeah, the process of genetic alternations is all but natural. So, it was in 1951 that the term genetic engineering was coined by Jack Williamson, author of the science fiction novel The Dragon's Island, in Stableford, 2004. So, this lesson will present the existence of genetic engineering, specifically GMOs, in the different areas of life, the impact to humankind, and the controversies that surround them. So, genetically modified organisms. It is the term used for an organism created through genetic engineering. The World Health Organization, or WHO, in 2014 defines GMO as an organism, either plant, animal, or microorganism, in which the genetic material or DNA has been altered in a way that does not occur naturally by mating or natural recombination. The development of GMOs was perceived to help in the advancement of technology for the benefits of humans in different industries like agriculture and medicine. So, GMOs in food and agricultural industries. So, the Center of Ecogenetics and Environmental Health, or CEEH, in 2013 identified the following roles of GMOs in the food and agricultural industries. So first, the pest resistance. It is genetically modified plants to resist a certain pest. Second, the virus resistant. It is genetically modified plants to resist certain viruses. So, next is the herbicide tolerance. It is genetically modified plants to tolerate herbicide. Fourth, fortification. Genetically modified plants fortified with certain minerals. And fifth, cosmetic preservation. Genetically modified plants resist natural discoloration. 6. Increased growth rate. A genetically modified organism that has higher yield in growth than normal species. Let's proceed to GMOs in non-food crops and microorganisms. Genetically modified organisms, or the GMOs in non-food crops and some microorganisms, involve the following. So first, the flower production. GMOs in flower production are seen in modified color and extended vase life to flowers. Second is the paper production. It is modified characteristics of trees for higher yield of paper production. So, we all know nga ang papel is naman gikan magid siya sa mga kahoy. So third is the pharmaceutical productions. It is modified plants to produce pharmaceutical products. And fourth, bioremediation, use of modified plants that can assist in the bioremediations of polluted sites. And fifth, enzyme and drug production, use of modified microorganisms that can produce enzymes for food processing and medication, or medicines like that. And last, GMOs in the medical field. Genetic engineering is playing a significant role from diagnosis to treatment of human-dreaded diseases. It helps in the production of drugs, gene therapy, and laboratory researches.
Biosafety on GMOs. There are initiatives for the protections of the general human population regarding the issue of and concerns about GMOs. International organizations develop principles and treaties that somehow ensure biosafety on GMOs. There are the Codex Alimentarius Commission, the Food and Agricultural Organization, and also the World Health Organization. And Codex is an international mental body that develops the Codex Alimentarius. And also the GMO's food product, the principles include pre-market assessment of GM food products and its evaluation of direct and indirect effect. However, the Codex principle has no binding effect on national legislation, but through the sanitary and precautionary measure of the World Trade Organization. And also the Cartagena Protocol of Biosafety is established in 2003. Cartagena Protocol is an international environmental treaty that regulates the transboundary movement of living modified organisms, which is LMO. The Cartagena Protocol requires exportees to seek consent from the imports before each shipment of LMOs. And also there are international trade agreement on labeling of GM food and food product. The agreement requires exportees of GM food and food products to label their product and give rights to importing parties to reject or accept the GM products. So, the World Health Organization claims that all GM products that are available in the international market have passed safety assessment by national authorities. The safety assessment basically look at the environmental and the health risk factors, and food safety usually follows the Codex Food Code. GMOs in Philippine context. In the Philippines represent a complex case study in the global debate surrounding genetically modified organisms, which is the GMOs, while offering potential benefits in the food security and agricultural productivity. The introduction and adoption of GMOs in the country have been met with significant controversy, highlighting an interplay between scientific advancement, economic considerations, and deeply held societal values. This report examines the current state of GMOs in the Philippines, exploring the regulatory landscape, economic impacts, environmental concern, and public perception.